Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at Garmin PacePro, which is new to some of Garmin's 2019 watches. It first came out on the Garmin Fenix 6, and I've got to say, when I first saw it, I was really intrigued as to what it was. I thought it was one of the killer features on the Fenix 6. Well, I've got it installed now on my Garmin Forerunner 245, so we're going to have a little look in this video and really get into some detail on PacePro. So we're going to look at how to set it up. We're going to take it out for a run as well, so I can show you what it does when you're out and about. And I'm just going to share some of my experiences with you. So by the end of the video, you're going to really understand Garmin PacePro, guys. Stay with me, it's going to be a really great video. Guys, I'm actually going to be cutting this little clip out of my YouTube video in the future. It's literally just to say that as I film this, the Garmin Forerunner 245, the only way to put PacePro on here is through the Garmin website because it's only in beta testing mode at the moment. So if you want to put it on your watch, I'm actually going to put the links in the description below, but I will take those off in the future when it's available to everybody. So at the moment, it's brand new. You're one of the first to see this. It's only available at the minute on the 245 or the 245 Music through the links below. Hope it's really helpful, and as I say, this clip is going in the future. Hey guys, I'm Shanebow, and if you are new here and you haven't already pressed subscribe, then please press subscribe. I make videos like this for you. One's about running as well. I've got other really great videos, things like how body battery works and Garmin, and new running tips for new runners, all sorts of things like that. So let's get straight into it. So how do Garmin describe what PacePro is? Well, Garmin basically say PacePro, this first of its kind feature offers dynamic grade adjusted pace guidance throughout your activity based on elevation and your personal pacing preferences. So what that basically means is it's a function within the Garmin Connect app on your phone. And what you can do is you can either run through a map of your choice, or you can run through maybe like a 5 or 10K up to a marathon, and then you can select your pace as well. So if you were to say, for instance, select a map or a running route on there, what it'll actually do is it will calculate the elevation, look at the pace and the time that you want to finish on, and it's actually going to give you information on your watch to tell you what pace you should be running at, which is great. If you don't choose a map, you've got the other option where you can actually just choose like a 5 or a 10K. What it's then going to do is it's going to allow you to say what splits do you want. Do you want to start off slower, end up faster? And it's going to break it all down per mile or kilometre if you want it to. And it's then going to show up on the watch and tell you what you should be running at, and then it will change again for the next mile. But I'm actually going to show you that out and about so you can actually see what it looks like. So when I mess about, I'm going to get straight in and show you how easy it is to set up, just so you can see it, and you might want to set it up yourself. So from the Garmin Connect app, swipe over from the left and then click on Training just at the top here. And then you've got PacePro Pacing Strategies. Just click on that just there. You can see already I've got 2 on here. I ran a 10K last night. I'm going to actually show you the results of that in a minute. And in the morning, I've got a little half marathon set up for tomorrow morning just there. Near the top, we've got the plus sign on the right-hand side. Click on that. And then we can either select a course or select a race distance. So let's have a look at select a course first. You can save ones that you've already created. You can go to favorites if we've already favorited some. Or if you click on the magnifying glass, it's actually going to take you to your home city. And what it's going to basically do is it's going to bring up loads and loads of runs just there for you to do that other people have saved. So you can click on them. And then what it's then going to do is it's going to say, right, how fast do you want to do it in? So we've got the goal time of 4:45 at the minute and a pace of 9. So we're going to stick with that. We're just going to go to the next screen. And then if we scroll down a little bit just here, what you can basically see is you've got the pacing strategy and an uphill effort. So what we could do, look, is we could actually say that we're going to start off a little bit slower. You can see on the left-hand side there, that's about 10 minutes. And we're going to end up now about 8 minutes just over there. And then we've got the uphill effort. So we could change the uphill effort if we wanted to, make it easier, or we could make it harder just there. And obviously that's really then taking your elevation into account as well, just there. And then we've got our splits times then, just along the bottom, just there, look. So let's just go back. We are going to cancel that, obviously. Go back to plus, because we're going to look at select a race distance now. So you've got 5, 10, half marathon, marathon. You can go to other as well, look. So say for instance you wanted to go a lot further, you wanted to like look at an ultra marathon for instance, you can just keep those miles going and going. Today we're just going to be looking at a 10k and then go next. So we've got a goal time of 50 minutes as a default, so we're just going to leave it at that, and a goal pace of 8:03 just there as well. So if we wanted to, we could name this, so we'll just name it YouTube. And we've got the goal time, so if we were to click on that we could change it. The goal pace we could change. So we can change the splits. If you're a kilometres kind of person, you can. I stay with miles, which is very strange, but it works for me. And then what we've then got, we haven't got the elevation kind of settings just here on making that easier or harder. What we've basically got is just the pacing strategy. So if we move it just here into negative, it's going to put us into negative splits, which means if you look at the blue on the left-hand side, we're going to start slower and then end up a lot faster. You can then have a little look at the bottom just down here, and it'll tell you your split time. So the first mile, look, we're going to do in 9 minutes 49 seconds, and the last mile, mile 6, we're going to be looking at 8:07. So we literally just save that then, and then that has saved. For it to appear on your watch, you've got to press the little arrow just there. So press that, and then all you then need to do is when your watch is connected, just make sure it syncs. If it's not automatically syncing, just press the watch icon at the top just there. So once you've synced it to your watch, it's really easy to get up. You basically get it through the training menu of the watch. I'm going to show you that in just a second so you know exactly how to do it. And then once we've done that, let's go out and look at the screens on a run. So go to the run menu, press start, and then start again for the run. Then up for options, and there you have it. You have it PacePro plans just there. Press start there. And then we've just made one called YouTube, so go to that one. You have got some more options before you start it. You can go down and you can then view your splits. So you can go, right, okay, what was I doing again? Oh, brilliant, yep. And okay, last mile, I'm doing that. Okay, brilliant. And you just press back and then you can just go for it. So we're ready to go. We are now running and let's go for it. So the top part there, that is the current pace we should be running at, and it will update that. But we're going to take it out in a minute. I'm going to actually show you what it's like running. That is your current pace you're at just there. Now, when I was looking at it for the first time last night, I was a bit confused around which one was which. But if you remember, 9:49 is written on something, and if it was a signpost you were following, it would be on something. That's my crazy system anyway. Hope it works for you. That's the progress just there through your current 1 mile, your split just there. And at the minute, because we're standing still, we are 38 seconds behind just there. Obviously, if you're ahead, it'll go into a minus. So if you were in a race, where I think this is then really useful, if you wanted to slow down for a minute, get your breath back, or stop for a drink or something to eat, and you wanted to slow down, that's going to tell you how much you have in the bank ahead or behind of where you need to be. When I make videos like this, the reason I go out and about and take the watch out with me is because if I was watching, for instance, a video on PacePro, I'd want to see what PacePro looks like when someone was out running. So that's what I try and do for you. So we're going to cut now to the watch, and I'm going to do voiceover on the next few clips just because it's going to be clearer for you. So let's get going. So I ended up running a 5k. You can see here that I'm halfway through the split. So the bar in the middle is halfway filled in, which is nice and easy to see at a glance. You can see at the top, I should be running at 9:37. I'm actually running a bit too fast, 9:15. And I am ahead at the moment, just there by 11 seconds. This just here then is just showing you, it works like a data screen. So if you press down, it'll just show you your next data screen. And just here is almost finishing the first bit. So it's saying now new pace, 8:32, and I've got to do that for 1.11 miles. And at this point you can see I'm behind. Just leave the screen and it will then just default to the normal screens. and go back to that normal screen that you started with. And this one just here it's at the end. I've got 0.1 of a mile left to go, and it's just about to tick over and come up with a PacePro finish information. So there you are, PacePro finished. Overall, I was behind by 1 minute and 28 seconds just there. If you leave the screen, it will just go back to the running face. So when you see that screen, and if you finished your run, then you need to press stop, because just because you finished the PacePro setting doesn't mean it's going to turn the watch off, because you might think, right, I've set it up to run a 10K, but actually I'm going to run 20K today. It will just carry on tracking for you. But if you forget to press stop, then obviously it's going to carry on tracking. But you can check out my other video on my channel, which tells you how to trim Garmin activities. If you want to, just check out the channel for those. So one of the things I really like about this is the fact that it really does work. So I'm just going to put on the screen now the 10K that I ran last night. You can actually see my splits at the start. I wanted to run it a little bit slower, and each mile it was basically updating me. And what I basically did is it did work. I did finish faster, and you can really see there that I did get better and better as I went through. So I think one of the great features of this is it's obviously fun, but say for instance you want to get better at a 10K and you're not necessarily doing lots of races, it's a really great way of setting yourself some structure, and then maybe after a month thinking, right, I'm going to review this now, and then you can change your splits and make sure that you're starting faster, and each mile progressively you're getting faster. So it's definitely going to help you there. Race day, I think it's going to be really, really helpful. So say for instance you wanted to run a marathon and you have that 4 hours kind of like mindset. On average, you know you've got to run 9 hours and 9-minute miles to come in at 4 hours. Well, with this, you could probably play around with it a little bit more. You could probably start off around about 9:30 and then it ends up faster than the 9:09, or go the other way if you wanted to. So it's going to give you some really, really great guidance just there as well. So all in all, this is definitely one of my favorite features now. Guys, there's some more videos coming up for you in just a second. Again, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Any questions, just chuck them below. And if you haven't already pressed that subscribe button, please press subscribe, because there's more stuff like this that you're gonna like coming to you. Thanks a lot.